Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about boom cards and everything you need to know to use them in your classroom or at home with your own kids. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about creating an account, then adding your students, then setting up their info, usernames and passwords, how to get free cards, which is important, how to assign a deck, first using Google Classroom, then using Seesaw or directly from Boom, then how you can progress, track, and assess. And then finally, how to introduce it to your parents and class. So first up, let's create an account. Go to boomlearning.com and let's get started. So the first thing you do is click sign in up at the top. Then you'll see this one, click join for free, and I'm a teacher. Then decide how you want to create. Do you want to create with your email? Do you want to sign in with Google? Let's go ahead and do with email for this one. Then you'll see this, it'll have some tips on how to immediately jump in and get started. Or you can go to your library or your classes. Click agree, and then start setting up your classroom. You can put your picture, you can put your name. You want to put the name that the kids know you as. That's usually a good place to start. Once you click that, it'll say, do you want to set up a new classroom or import a Google Classroom? Let's start with a new classroom. So you click that, and this is the screen you will see. Okay, if you're a parent, you might want to just add one student, but if you're a teacher, you want to add multiple. When you click it, it will ask you to confirm your email. So once you do that and confirm your email, you can come back to this screen and you can change the name of your username to something a little bit more memorable. Let's try Miller Mayhem. Oh, Miller Madness then. All right, then you can also change the class password to something a little bit more memorable than gobbledygook. How about school is awesome? All right, and then you'll see that the URL is now has that information that you can share, but beware that the password is in that URL, so if you share it. Now let's set up the students. Click add students, put the names in separated by commas, simple, easy. Put the password that you have for the class, school is awesome. You can always change individual passwords later and add the students, and there you go, your class is set up. All right, so you can go in here and set up his own individual password, something like School Rocks. You can also change his username, each username, to be something like Charlie-Miller class. Another neat thing you can do is you can change the password to a picture password for young learners. Click there. You just click two pictures. Let's do dog and sheep. Set the password. And now let's look at what it would look like when Charlie tries to log in. So let's go over to the login screen, student sign in with Boom. Charlie-Miller class would be his username. Click next, and we have the dog and the sheep. Sign in, and this is his dashboard, and this is what he would see where he is assigned work. This is where you would see the decks he's completed. It shows him how much he's gotten right. He can retake things. He sees his rewards, and he can change his avatar and basically keep up with what they have going on. All right, let's see how to get some free cards. Go to library and you click on, well, you can see there's some tutorials here, but you click on the all-important green button, show me free stuff. And it will take you to the listing of the latest free things. You can use the search bar. You can search for my stuff if you want. You can put in price low. That will show you the free ones at the beginning. Click on one. Click add to library. Okay. Yay. Then you go back to your library and it will be there. You can also go to my website using the link below to get some extra freebies sent directly to your inbox just for subscribing. So now we're going to talk about assigning boom cards through Google Classroom, which is super helpful. There's two ways to do this. The first one is using the fast pin, and the other one is a little bit more complicated, as in one extra step, but then you get all of that fabulous data. So the first way, what you would do is you click on Library, and then you go down to the blue button, Action button, and you click Fast Pin. And it's going to ask you to generate the pin. So you click that button. Now you have these letters up here. You can post those in your classroom for the students to get there real quick, or you can copy and paste this URL for at-home virtual learning. So copy that. Then we jump over to Google Classroom, create assignment, add link, paste that link right there. Simple as that. Add the link. Then give it a title and some instructions. You go up and click Assign, and that is it. Now we can go over and see what that looks like from a student's perspective. You can see that Charlie has it there, and he sees his classwork, clicks on one, pushes that link, and it takes him directly to the deck. Super quick, no need to log into Boom. They don't have to have an account, and they can just jump right in and start playing the game. However, this doesn't give you all of that fun, helpful data or assessment capability. So if you want to do it that way, we're going to go over that next. So you go back to your library, go to your Action button, and you click the Hyperplay link. Get that link, copy, very similar to the last one. Then you go back to your Google Classroom, classwork, create assignment, add the link, same thing, copy and paste that link, give it a title, give it some instructions, and then you click Assign, and it assigns to the class. Now, let's show you what that would look like from the student's perspective. They would see it come up in their Google Classroom. They click on it, click on the link, and it's going to ask them to sign into Boom. So they remember they have their password that you've set up for them, which I believe was dog, sheep. And then you say, yes, that's me. And there you go, you hit play and you are off to the races. All right, the simplest thing if you're going to use Google Classroom is to click this button here, Import a Google Classroom. It's going to give you a pop-up where you choose your Google login. Then it's going to give you an additional pop-up that says Import Roster of the class you want. Click it. It appears over on the left. Click there to see everybody should be in. From there you can change your student's login name, assign directly from here, set their passwords, use that picture password if you want, etc. But when they log in now through Google Classroom and see your links with your assignments, they can also use their Google login, and that will still capture all that wonderful data. Let's talk about how to assign boom cards in Seesaw. So you do very similar things to what you do for anything else. Go into your library, go to your blue action, and you can do it one of two ways. You can do that fast pin where you generate the pin and you get the URL. Now you go over to Seesaw, click Add, Send Announcement, go into Add Attachment, and go down to Click Link, add the link, click the check mark, and it will load. Then you can add some audio, directions or whatever, a message to say hi. Then you go over and click the green check circle when you're ready. Send to students. And then you can leave a message or instructions. And you click Send Now. Now let's go over and see from a student's perspective in their inbox. There's the link. And they click it. And it goes right to the game. And they can just jump right in. But of course with that version, you do not get the wonderful data behind the scenes if you do the fast pin. So we are going to take a look at what to do if you want to generate that data. So you go into Hyperlink Play, get that link under that blue action bar, go back to Seesaw, add, send announcement, add attachment, go to the link, paste the link, check, load. Now here they're going to have to sign into Boom, so you might want to leave them a note to remind them, or a message, an audio message, note, something. Then you click the circle, send to students, add a note or instructions, click send now. Let's go over and look at the student's perspective. There it is in their inbox. They click it, loads, then it comes up and it will prompt them to sign in if they haven't already. If they're already signed in, it will ask them if that's them. Yep, play, and they're off. And then you will get all of that wonderful behind the scenes data, which is always so helpful for assessments. Now let's look at how to assign a deck directly in Boom. There's two ways. First, click on Library, and then you can go to narrow down your contents if you have a ton of decks. Click the little blue button that's Action, and click Assign, and then you can assign it to your whole class. That's it. Another way to do it to get more differentiation is to click on Classes, go back to your class, click on the specific student, and you can assign them different ones. For instance, let's give Charlie, he needs a level 2. But I really want Joe to maybe work a little more on his level 1 skills. Easy as that. Now let's look at how you can track progress and to do assessments. First, you could click on the individual student and click on Reports. It will show you their dashboard, their progress, what they've been working on, how long ago they were on. If you click on a deck, you can see a bunch of data. You can see their timed response time. You can see which ones they got wrong, how many times it took them to get it right. If you click on the red bar, you can see which one they got wrong. Specific slide. Data galore. If you pick on reports at the top, you can see a whole class view. If you click on the decks that you want to see, click on your class, click on a deck, and obviously if you had the whole class take a deck, you'd have a lot more data. This is just example data, but it would all be filled in, and it shows you all sorts of incredibly valuable material that you can export or print or do whatever you need to do with it. Make sure you go to my TPT store and download the free letter to send home to get your students started. Makes it very easy. First, it has a link to this video in case you need it. Then it has a link to get some free Boom cards from me or to connect with me. Then it has 3 options for letters. One is to help your student create an account. You can put their username and password in. Then the other one is to just get Fast Pin, Fast Play going. And the last one is if you're going to set it up through Google Classroom. Makes it easy, breezy, quick. All right? Be sure to check out my Boom Learning Store. You have the categories over on the side. Always check out the bundles for the best deals. I'm adding new things every day at this point, so make sure you follow my store so you stay up to date. You can also check out my TPT store. Go down and click on Boom Cards, and it will have links to all of the Boom cards if you prefer to purchase them there, and they will have setup links for you, making everything quick and easy. I hope you enjoyed this video.